Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into some of your notes and excerpts from Cruz Macias's personal testimony and statement of faith. You're clearly on this quest for objective morality, especially through the lens of Christian faith, and we're here to kind of help unpack it all.
Yeah, it's fascinating how people embark on these quests for truth. It's almost like detectives, piecing together clues.
Right. And Cruz, he doesn't waste any time. He jumps right into this central question. Can morality ever be objective? He even talks about how, without a fixed point, everything becomes relative, especially when you're making a decision as big as surrendering to God.
Exactly. That's the heart of moral relativism, and it's something so many people grapple with. It can be, honestly, profoundly unsettling to feel like there's no universal right or wrong.
Totally. And he even brings up Descartes, that whole I think, therefore I am idea, to show that even foundational philosophical arguments don't quite get him to objective morality.
It seems like he's looking for a certainty that goes beyond just human reason, almost like a morality rooted in something external and unchanging. Which is interesting because it kind of makes you think, what are your criteria for evaluating truth, even beyond this,
That's such a good question, and what I find so fascinating is that Cruz doesn't just stop with Western philosophy. He takes his search global. He dives into Buddhism, examines Islam, even explores paganism. Talk about thorough. Have you ever gone on those kinds of philosophical world tours?
Well, his approach with each tradition is very methodical. He lays out the core tenets and then explains why they don't, at least for him, don't meet his criteria for objective truth.
Like with Islam, he acknowledges the emphasis on Allah's mercy. But then he points to verses in the Quran that he sees as potentially contradictory, specifically, ones suggesting seemingly arbitrary judgments. He even pulls out a quote from Surah 7.178 where it talks about, whomsoever God wills, he leaves to wander. That kind of ambiguity clearly gave him pause.
It seems like he's looking for a system where mercy and justice are in perfect harmony and not subject to what appears to be individual will or interpretation. This tension between those two seemingly opposing attributes really seems to be a sticking point for him.
And it's not just the major religions he tackles. He digs into Gnosticism, grapples with Luciferianism, even explores the Baha'i faith. It makes you realize how many different frameworks for understanding the universe are out there, each with its own take on right and wrong. It's clear this is someone who's really committed to deeply exploring, the landscape of belief systems, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. He's not just skimming the surface, he's delving into the nuances of each tradition. What emerges is this picture of someone who is deeply committed to this intellectual and spiritual quest, almost like he's trying on different lenses to see which one brings objective morality into focus. It's like he's searching for the perfect map, One that not only explains the terrain of existence, but also gives him clear directions for how to navigate it. And for Cruz, it seems that map is found within Christianity, specifically the Baptist faith.
Yeah, it's a real turning point in his journey, right? He goes from this almost forensic examination of different belief systems to a place of profound conviction. He even starts this section with a quote from the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It's like something clicks for him with that idea of Jesus as the Word,
Absolutely. It seems to offer him that bedrock of objective truth he'd been searching for. That idea of Jesus existing before the universe as both divine and the embodiment of truth really resonates with him.
And he connects it so powerfully to the idea of the Bible as the inerrant Word of God.
Yeah.
He seemed to find immense comfort in knowing that there's this ultimate source of truth that doesn't change with, shifting cultural winds.
You can almost feel the shift in his writing, right, when he talks about the Bible. He goes from critically examining other texts to this complete acceptance, this complete trust in what he sees as divine revelation. For example, when he cites Revelation 21 with its description of, heavenly worship, you really get the sense that it's not just a story to him, it's a glimpse into an objective reality.
And it's interesting because it's not just intellectual ascent for him. He talks about this incredibly vivid dream he had walking a moonlit road to a Tibetan monastery. He doesn't go into full detail about it here, but it seems like a pivotal moment for him, solidifying his belief in Christianity.
It's a great example of how powerful personal experiences can be in shaping our beliefs. Sometimes logic and reason can only take us so far, and it's these subjective, even mystical encounters that truly solidify our worldview. Have you ever had an experience that shifted your perspective in a similar way, even if it wasn't necessarily in a religious context?
It makes you think about the role of intuition and personal revelation, even when you're grappling with these big, existential questions. But, of course, no system of belief is without its apparent contradictions. And Cruz doesn't shy away from that. He brings up the Book of Mormon, pointing out that some passages seem to clash with the New Testament.
Yeah, that's where his reliance on personal experience and the guidance of the Holy Spirit, as he understands it, becomes really crucial. Instead of getting bogged down in just intellectual analysis, he seems to prioritize the emotional and spiritual resonance of his faith. It's like he trusts that God will reveal the answers in his own time, even if they're not immediately clear.
He even admits that reconciling these inconsistencies can be difficult. He talks about wrestling with certain passages, but ultimately, that deep personal connection he feels to his faith seems to outweigh those intellectual hurdles. It's a good reminder that faith often requires a leap, a willingness to embrace uncertainty. It's like he's saying, okay, I've wrestled with the big questions, I've explored all these different perspectives, and I've arrived at this place of belief. But the journey doesn't end there. Now I have to actually live it out.
And he's really adamant about that, isn't he? Like, it's not enough to just intellectually assent to these beliefs. True faith, at least for Cruz, requires action. It requires aligning your life with those divinely revealed truths he's come to embrace.
Yeah, he even quotes a pretty intense verse from Revelation. So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will vomit you out of my mouth. And to talk about a call to action. It seems like complacency is the real enemy for him.
Absolutely. He sees real danger in a passive or lukewarm faith. It's as if he's saying, if you truly believe this, then let it transform every aspect of your life. And that really gets to the heart of what it means to live in accordance with any belief system, wouldn't you say? It's not just about what you think, it's about how you act.
Yeah, it makes you think about your own life, right? Like, what are those deeply held beliefs that drive your actions, your choices, even if you don't always consciously think about them?
That's such a powerful question. And for Cruz, it seems those driving beliefs are rooted in this idea of serving the highest good, as revealed through the Bible and through the guidance of the Holy Spirit. It's this constant striving to align his actions with what he sees as God's will.
It's a fascinating journey he takes us on. He starts with this almost forensic examination of all these different belief systems, really trying to pin down this elusive idea of objective morality. And ultimately, he finds it in a deeply personal, experiential understanding of Christianity rooted in the Bible and his own, lived experiences.
And what's really striking is that he never claims to have all the answers. He grapples with these apparent contradictions, he acknowledges the limits of human understanding, and yet there's this unwavering commitment to living out his truth. It's a powerful testament to that human search for meaning even, or perhaps especially in the face of uncertainty.
It makes you realize that even if you don't arrive at the same conclusions, there's something deeply inspiring about that relentless pursuit of truth, that willingness to wrestle with the big questions and allow your beliefs to, actually shape your life.
Absolutely. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway from Cruz's journey. It's not necessarily about finding all the answers, but it's about engaging in the search, with courage, with honesty, and a willingness to let your beliefs guide you.
It's a great reminder that the quest for meaning is ongoing, it's deeply personal, and ultimately, it's what makes us human. So as you continue to explore your own path, what resonates with you most from Cruz's story? What will you take with you on your own journey of discovery?